everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel, and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, I am sharing another very autumnal build. I know it's such a surprise, it's very shocking. All I've been doing is autumnal builds these days because, well, I'm happy to report that fall has actually finally started here where I live, and it's definitely getting colder. It's actually pretty stormy and like rainy outside right now, and that's just perfect. I love it so much. I love all the autumnal vibes. And today I'm sharing this cottage that I built a few weeks ago. I actually finished this a little while ago. I just never got around to actually sharing it on the channel. So I'm happy to be sharing it today because I'm very happy with how this one came together. It is just a very cutesy little cottage in the world of Windenburg, which is the world that came with the Get Together expansion pack. I barely ever build here for some reason. I only tend to build in Windenburg whenever I'm doing either an autumnal cottage type thing or like a very wintry Christmas village inspired type of build. That's when I'll usually go to Windenburg and sit down and build here. But other than that, I never really touch this world, which is such a shame because it's so pretty. But maybe it's because it's one of the earlier ones and because it's been out for so long, maybe I'm not as interested in it anymore. I'm not exactly sure why, but I really like it. Like, it's very pretty. This lot in particular is one of my favorites. It's a very small square lot. I think it's 20 by 20 and it's just surrounded by water, and it's so cute, especially in autumn when all the leaves are so colorful and just like all the autumnal vibes. It's very pretty. So yeah, I'm happy to be back here in Windenburg and building a small cottage. And for this one, I was basically just, I didn't really have any sort of reference photo for this. I just kind of started building. I did look up some like cute cottages and stuff on Pinterest so that I had a little bit of an idea shape-wise what I wanted to do. But other than that, I didn't really have any specific reference. I just basically started building and like putting boxes together and just like coming up with the shape. And the shape of this house is pretty wacky. Like, it's definitely, it wasn't very easy to come up with a floor plan for it. It was pretty tricky. We do have this very small second floor as well that is basically just like built in by all the roof pieces, but there are a couple of like wall spaces there so that I could put like at least a couple of windows up there. But for the rest, yeah, it's pretty small, and I was actually going to just turn this into just a small cottage for like a small family or maybe like an elderly couple or something like that. But then as I started furnishing this over on Twitch, a lot of people in my chat suggested I should turn it into a small bed and breakfast. And I thought that was so cute because I've never actually furnished a bed and breakfast before. So that's what we're doing with this cottage. It turned out really cute. Because it's such a homey bed and breakfast, you can very easily just turn it into a little family home or just like a regular residential lot, I suppose. It's very easy to do that, but it's just that the way I laid out the ground floor is there are 2 bedrooms down there, which normally maybe you wouldn't really have, but maybe you can just, if you wanted to turn this into a regular residential, you could just maybe keep one of the bedrooms and turn the other one into, I don't know, like a formal dining room or like a living room. I feel like the layout, the way it turned out, is pretty versatile, and you can basically just kind of mess with things and like change it if you wanted to. But yeah, I turned it into a bed and breakfast, which I thought was so cute. Like I said, I've never actually done that before, and I'm just really happy with how it came together. So this was actually, you may or may not know that I started sharing Stars Hollow Gilmore Girls builds over on my channel. I've done a couple, and this was actually before that. I built this little cottage before I started all that, and this one was actually sort of already inspired by that because people suggested I turn it into a little bed and breakfast. I was like, it's almost like a small inn, like in Gilmore Girls with the Dragonfly Inn, and obviously this one's a lot smaller than the Dragonfly Inn. This one only has 3 rooms and 2 bathrooms, so it's definitely more of like a bed and breakfast. But we were kind of talking about what's the difference between a bed and breakfast and an inn, and there isn't really like a very big difference between the two. I think what we landed on is that an inn is just like a slightly bigger bed and breakfast kind of thing, and I feel like that's appropriate for this. So maybe this is more of like an inn since we do have 3 bedrooms here, so it's not just like a 1-bedroom bed and breakfast or whatever. And I also didn't imagine anyone actually living here, though you could maybe have it so that the owner of the place uses the upstairs bedroom because upstairs there is one small bedroom and one bathroom as well. So you could use that as like a private area, maybe for the owner who lives there. It would have to just be one sim or maybe a couple at most, but other than that, you can't really fit anyone else in the room. So yeah, you could do that, or you could just have it like a standalone bed and breakfast with 3 bedrooms. There is a little office downstairs as well. I was thinking that that would be the office for the person that works here. So they have a little spot where they can sit down and just, you know, have their private little workspace for whenever they're here. And then downstairs there is a small kitchen. It feels very homey. Like I said, it's almost like it's a regular home, except for the layout is a little bit weird or just a little bit different than a normal house, I suppose. But other than that, we just have like a very cute kitchen with a small 4-seater dining table, and then there is a shared like common room, like a living room space with a fireplace, a couple different tables and chairs for guests to kind of sit down, maybe eat, play some games. I think there's a TV, maybe not. Maybe I didn't place a TV. There are TVs in the bedrooms, I do remember that, but maybe not in the common area. I don't know. Like I said, it's been a minute since I actually built this, so we'll have to go and kind of see together what's going to end up happening here. But yeah, you can really see the exterior come together. I just love how the landscaping turned out for this one. As you can see, the build actually takes up most of the space here, so I didn't really have a lot of space for like a nice backyard with activities and stuff. I really kind of wanted to, but I also didn't really want to move it to a bigger lot because I really like this lot. I think it's so cute. It's very secluded and just so, I don't know, romantic in a way that I kind of wanted to just like keep building here. So that's what I did. I did manage to squeeze in like a couple things. We even have a chicken coop in the back. I know, it's crazy. I did have to size it down, I think. So in live mode with actual chickens, it's gonna look a little weird because the chickens will still be in the sized down chicken coop and you can kind of see them kind of floating around in there. It's really silly, but it's still functional that way. So you could still use it. And I thought that that was very cute. Like it's definitely like a cottage living type cottage where if I had the space, I would have definitely added some cows, some llamas, some more chickens, maybe a garden area, you know, stuff like that. But since I didn't have a lot of space, I just tried to squeeze in whatever I could. So we have one chicken coop, and then at the front, we have a couple of apple trees as well. I thought that would be so cute and seasonal for fall. So there are a couple apple trees, so guests can maybe go and pick their own apples, not too many because we only have a couple trees. But you know, I still think it's really cute for the vibes and it definitely matches what's going on here. So that's what I decided to do. And then I really wanted this cottage to feel like an older build. So there's lots of wisteria, lots of vines growing up the place, and there's a lot of landscaping around close to the house. Like I said, didn't really have a lot of space for it, but I still really wanted to place lots of bushes and greenery to really give it that whimsical vibe. And I think that turned out really nicely. I just, these vines are so perfect. These wisteria vines type things. I think these are the debug ones from Cottage Living. They're so perfect. And whenever I pull them out of the catalog and start using them, there's no going back. Like I have to cover the entire place in wisteria. The same goes for those flowers, like the kind of viney flowers that I placed at the front of the lot. Those come with, originally they're from the Jungle pack, the Jungle Adventures game pack, but I think there's also debug ones in Cottage Living, or not Cottage Living, I think it's the Tartosa pack, the Wedding Stories pack. I'm not exactly sure. It's in a couple different packs now, but whenever I whip those out of the catalog, I can't stop. It's kind of problematic to the point where usually I'll have to take some of it away because it's just too much. But for this one, it worked out perfectly. And also, I love how those like purpley flower vines work in fall because of the colors. You can see that the colors are very muted. Usually those vines are very bright. Like there's a couple color variations. I think there's purple, white, and then red. And they're pretty bright and colorful. But in fall, obviously the colors are very muted. And that was exactly like the shade of purple that I was going for, as you can see here, like very muted and kind of almost dead, which doesn't sound very cozy, but it looks very cozy in The Sims, you know what I mean? I just love it so much. And then I went around and placed a lot of mushrooms. I used a ton of Cottage Living debug landscaping for this one because it was just so perfect. I love those rose bushes, and I just, for some reason, never used them anymore. Whenever Cottage Living first came out and I saw the debug landscaping, the rose bushes bushes and stuff it comes with and the trees, everything in that pack, debug landscaping wise, is just so pretty. And I for sure thought I was going to use it in every single build ever since it was released. But for some reason, I just kind of forget about it sometimes. And then whenever I do look it up, I use it all over the place, and it's very cottage living themed all of a sudden. But I kind of, like I said, I kind of forget it exists. I don't know why. I sort of like gravitate towards using just base game debug landscaping. I think it's because it's nice and limited, so I'll just filter by just base game, and then I won't have all the plants and have it look very overwhelming in the catalog, you know. But I should do that more often because it looks really nice with those rose bushes around, especially with the fall colors. I just think it's so pretty. So yeah, here you can see I'm starting to place a couple of planter boxes, and I filled them with apple trees, only 3 of them, so it's really nothing crazy, but I still feel like it's really fun. I think it's functional. I didn't actually play test the apple trees, so I'm not sure if your Sims can actually reach them, but I think it should be fine. I'm not exactly sure. And then I just kind of went around and placed cottage appropriate little decorations outside as well. There's a little sign that probably tells you that this is an inn or like a bed and breakfast type place. So I thought that was really cute. And then just the little mushrooms and stuff I think are just so cute. Also, I really hope I'm not going overboard with all my fall themed builds. I just love it so much. Fall is definitely my favorite season, and I'm just thriving right now. I just love doing fall builds in The Sims, and I can't lie, I'm sort of already getting excited even for wintry builds. I know I'm not going to start doing that yet, not for a long time, because we still have spooky season coming and stuff, which I think there's a new expansion pack coming on Halloween, right? Isn't the Life and Death expansion pack coming out on the 31st of October? I think they teased that in the little roadmap that they shared a little while ago. I'm actually so excited about that. I have no idea what kind of expansion pack it's going to be, and I'm dying to find out more. Pun not intended, actually, but yes, I am dying to find out more, and very excited about it. I think it's going to be very fun inspiration for Halloween type builds as well. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. Normally, I'm not really the biggest Halloween fan. I am a big fan of like Halloween season because I love fall, spooky season, cozy vibes. But I'm not really like, I didn't grow up celebrating Halloween, which I know sounds weird probably to a lot of you, but there's probably a lot of you out there as well that understand what I'm saying, because I'm from Europe. I live in the Netherlands. I grew up here too because I'm from here. And Halloween didn't used to be a thing. It still isn't really a thing. It's over the past, I want to say like 10, 15 years. I'm not exactly sure. It's definitely been becoming more of a thing. But it's not really something that, when I was a child, we did not celebrate Halloween. It wasn't a thing. We didn't dress up for Halloween. We didn't go trick-or-treating like that. Just, it didn't exist here. It was a very American holiday, and it just simply did not exist here. Over the years, like I said, it's been coming overseas more, and I feel like more European countries actually celebrated. Maybe other European countries already used to celebrate it more, but in the Netherlands, it just was not a thing. So for me, Halloween is not something that's very nostalgic or something that I'm like, oh, I used to celebrate that and like dress up as a child and go trick-or-treating. I don't have those memories because it just did not exist. So maybe for that reason, it's just not something I'm super excited about. I mean, I love it now, especially since I stream on Twitch. I just love to celebrate Halloween and dress up. Last year, I was dressed up as a sunflower. The year before that, I was dressed up as a carrot. You know, I have a lot of fun with it. I think it's silly and I think it's fun. But yeah, as a kid, I feel like I would have loved it as a kid, by the way, because dressing up as a kid, what's better than playing dress up when you're a child? It's just so much fun. And I remember I used to love that as a kid, and what a great excuse to dress up as an adult. You know, it's so good, and I don't understand why it's not more of a thing here. Like I said, it's been more. It's definitely becoming more of a thing here these days. But you know, what a fun excuse. I want to dress up like a carrot for Halloween. Like, it's fun. When do you get a chance to do that other than on Halloween? So I actually think it's perfect. But when it comes to the actual spooky vibes, that's not necessarily right up my alley. It's not something that's very, you know, cozy and something when it comes to The Sims, it's not necessarily something I really enjoy, but it's something I've been learning to embrace more. It's kind of fun to translate it into The Sims because we do have like vampires and werewolves and a lot of things that kind of go nicely with spooky builds or like haunted houses. We have the paranormal pack, you know? So it's kind of fun to translate it into The Sims, I feel, but it's not something that's my favorite thing to do. I'll do like spooky builds once a year, clearly for spooky season, but you know, it's not necessarily my thing. But I do feel like since there is a new expansion pack coming out, I think it's going to be a lot of fun and it's going to be very inspiring. I feel like it will probably inspire me to build something since it is an expansion pack. It's probably going to come with a new world. I mean, it would be very weird if it didn't. So I think it will come with a new world, which is going to be a lot of fun and very inspiring. I always feel very inspired to build new stuff whenever there is a new expansion pack, clearly. So yeah, I'm excited to see what's to come in the upcoming months. Currently at the moment, there is also that Grim Reaper. It's not a login reward. It's more of like it is a reward type system where you play through like a quest and then you unlock reward items in the game. The Grim Reaper event, I think is what it's called. I was just kind of trying to think of what the name was, but I think it's the Grim Reaper event. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't really done any of the gameplay yet, so I probably should dive in because I think one of the things you can unlock is a bicycle, which is definitely something I want. So I kind of just want to play through it to unlock all the things and see what it's all about. But if you've been playing that Grim Reaper event, let me know. Was it any fun? Are you enjoying it? Have you unlocked stuff already? I'm very out of the loop with this particular event. I don't know why. Usually I'm up to date with the Sims news, but for this one, I was just like, oh, okay, that's happening, I guess. And then I just carried on with my day. So I don't really know a lot about it, but if you have been playing it, let me know. I'm very interested if you're enjoying it. But yeah, I'm just kind of rambling about the spooky season and what's coming up in The Sims and whatnot. But you can see that in the meantime here, we are decorating the inside. So basically, like I said already, I wanted this to be a very homey. I wanted this to basically just feel like a home, a cozy autumnal house, except it's a bed and breakfast, so it's not an actual house, if that makes sense. So yeah, I was trying to really squeeze in all the things that you would normally just find in a regular house. We have this really cute seating area by the fireplace. I think that turned out so cute. I'm absolutely still obsessed with those love seats, or this love seat from the Crystal Creations pack. I think it's so pretty. The texture on it is so good. I also use the rug in here, as you can see, underneath the couches. I just think it's so pretty, especially if you cozy it up with some of those throw pillows. It's just so nice and literally the perfect vibes for what I was going for in here. I really hope it's not too much of a fire hazard, but because I did place a lot of items on the fireplace mantle next to the fireplace, you know, so I really hope it's not going to set on fire in here, but I think it should be fine, hopefully. And then here in this area, I also placed some different seating areas. We also have a little check-in desk, as you can see, right by the front door, where I could just completely picture Lorelai sitting there, checking people in, checking in guests for their bedrooms, for their stay. You know, this was, like I said before, I started building Stars Hollow, but it was already very much inspired by Gilmore Girls Autumnal vibes, as you can probably tell by the entire style of the interior of this build. Also, I placed a lot of little decorations. I had to go for a lot of hanging plants and just plants in general, and I definitely tried to place autumnal decorations as well. We have some like little leaves as a centerpiece on the table there. We have a very autumnal end table on the other side of the room. I don't know, I just thought it was so cozy in here. And then I also wanted to definitely use some older furniture in here as well. So we have this like more broken down bookcase from the basement kit. I thought that was really nice. And I was definitely trying to squeeze in as many things as I could. So I was having some trouble with routing and stuff. So we have 2 bedrooms off of this area, and I was definitely just kind of struggling with where to place the doors and stuff, but it did end up working out in the end. But yeah, if there is any other like seasonal type of build that you would be interested in me building that, let me know if there's anything in particular that you would like to see. I know we're pretty far into the fall builds already, and I'm doing all the Stars Hollow inspired builds as well. By the way, Luke's is coming up next, so I'm very excited about that. Maybe actually Luke's went up before I uploaded this video. I'm not exactly sure. If I did, sorry, that's very confusing, but I might have already uploaded Luke's at this point. If not, it's coming up next. So I'm very excited about that. But if there's anything else in particular, autumnal that you would want to see, let me know. Of course, I already asked for spooky season suggestions as well, which you guys really came through. So, I mean, I'm always open for suggestions. So if there's anything else you want to suggest, please let me know, because I'm definitely having so much fun, especially since it's fall now. And I just love all these cozy seasonal builds. It's just a lot of fun for me. Also here in the kitchen, as you can see, I'm going for a red kitchen, which is definitely not something I would normally do, but I wanted something colorful and fun and like a warm color here in the kitchen and something colorful. I thought that would be fun for this build in particular, and I decided to go for this red kitchen set, which is not something I would normally do because I don't really love the color red. I mean, for specific things, like occasionally, of course, the color red just goes, but in particular, I don't know, I wouldn't really choose a red kitchen normally, but for this build, I feel like it really went well with all the autumnal colors, and it's just like such a warm color as well, and especially this shade too. So I just thought it was really nice. I thought it really worked in this kitchen. So yeah, we have a red kitchen, which is crazy. It's definitely growing on me, and I want to use it more often. This particular kitchen set is, I believe, from Cottage Living. It might be from the Country Kitchen Kit, but I think it's Cottage Living. I always confuse the two. But regardless, I just think this color red is really nice, and I just think it looks gorgeous in here. So yeah, this would be, you know, Suki's little kitchen where she would cook. This is not the Dragonfly Inn, but that's what I was kind of picturing. Like, I could definitely see Suki here in this small kitchen, just cooking by herself, cooking for the guests. I did think that this bed and breakfast, I mean, clearly it provides breakfast, and I was thinking that it probably also provides dinner and stuff. We don't really have a designated dining space or breakfast space for that matter, because the place is just too small. But that's why I try to place multiple seating areas throughout the common spaces. So we have a 4-seater dining table in here that your Sims can use. It is currently just like cluttered with stuff and things. We have some like groceries and stuff on the table, but it's still functional. And then there's 2 more tables and chairs, like sets basically, in the common space by the living area. So I feel like that should be enough. Guests can just kind of pick and choose. Maybe they want to sit together with the 4 of them, you know, or maybe they just want to have like a romantic little dinner. Then that's definitely possible as well. So I was trying to kind of mix and match things that way, and just basically keep it very, very homey. So yeah, that's what I did. And then after the dining room, we're moving on to the hallway. So for the hallway, we have basically, it's just the hallway that has a door leading you into the shared bathroom downstairs, and then also into that office that I was talking about earlier. That is not for guests, but for the person that owns the place or, you know, works here. I feel like maybe the bathroom situation in this house is not ideal because we only have 2. There's 2 bedrooms downstairs here that I will be furnishing in a second, and then there's only 1 bathroom downstairs, which is off of this hallway. So the bathroom is kind of far away, I guess, from the bedrooms, but that's just how it works for this layout and how it works for this cottage. I feel like it kind of makes sense for the vibe of the place. But yeah, the people downstairs, so that would be 4 guests total if you would have 2 people per room. That would be 4 guests total. They do share that downstairs bathroom. And then upstairs there is another double bed, like 2-person bedroom, I guess, and they have a small bathroom as well, which is technically also a hall bath. It's not an ensuite, so guests downstairs could use the upstairs bathroom as well. But I was kind of thinking that the upstairs bedroom it's slightly larger than the other 2 as well, and it basically has a private bathroom. So I was kind of thinking that that's more of like maybe like a bridal suite, or just like a slightly more luxurious, more expensive room to stay in. So that's what I was thinking. Or like I said, you can use it for the owner. Maybe the owner uses that room and lives here full-time, that's also a possibility, though I feel like that wouldn't really be ideal. If this was your bed and breakfast and you live here like full-time, I don't know, that wouldn't really give you a lot of privacy, but you know, then again, in The Sims, it might be fun to play that out. I just think that would be really cute still. And when it comes to gameplay, I think you could use this one as I mean, clearly you could use it as a residential, just like a regular residential lot and just like pretend it's a bed and breakfast, or you could actually turn it into a vacation rental and have your Sims rent the place. They obviously will have to do their own cooking and stuff, but I feel like an actual bed and breakfast functionality would be so cute. I'm not exactly sure how that would work in the game, but wouldn't it be so fun to like go to a real bed and breakfast from a visitor's perspective, like a guest's perspective, where food is being cooked and breakfast is being served, you know, that kind of stuff. Or you could be like the bed and breakfast owner. I think that would be so cute to go with a hotel pack. I'm still holding out hope for a hotel pack. I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm really hoping at some point that will still come. And like a sort of like bed and breakfast or small hotel functionality, I think would be so cute if you could like own the place and run it and stuff. I don't know, that's my dream. I would absolutely love that. I think it'd be so fun gameplay wise as well, and just like obviously build wise as well. I think it'd be awesome. So I'm definitely still hoping. Let me know, do you have any speculations? Obviously we're getting the Life and Death expansion pack, which I feel like isn't something anyone really expected. Lots of us expected, or like are still expecting, hotels to come at some point, fairies at some point, which I think fairies would be more of a game pack since most occults are game packs as well. So I feel like fairies maybe would be the same. But yeah, if there's anything, let me know what you're expecting or hoping would still come to The Sims 4. There was so much Sims 4 news recently, which I actually haven't really talked about here on YouTube. I went over all of it on Twitch, but in my voiceovers, I for some reason never get around to talking about all the Sims news. But yeah, basically what they said was, or what they confirmed was, that there's not necessarily going to be a Sims 5. There is going to be a new like generation of Sims. Like there's going to be like a new sort of game, but it's going to exist alongside Sims 4, which is still going to get updates and enhancements and expansion packs and stuff. So there's probably a lot more coming to The Sims 4 for the upcoming years, which I personally am kind of excited and somewhat relieved, because it would be so bad if we like a Sims 5 would have been very exciting, but it would be so expensive and just frustrating if you had to start from scratch with all your expansion packs. At this point, I feel like so many of us have spent so much money on The Sims 4 and all the DLC that like just leaving that for what it is and starting over with a new generation with The Sims 5, oh my god, I don't know if I could do it. I would do it, but I mean, it's just, it would be so painful. And I feel like that goes for a lot of people. So I'm kind of relieved that The Sims 4 is going to still be there and get updates and stuff like that. And they also said that they really want to improve, I'm not exactly remembering how they put it, but they want to improve and enhance like the core of the game. So update it, make it run better, just make it better in general. And I'm very excited and hopeful for that as well. I know you always have to be careful being hopeful for these types of things, but I'm really just hoping for some good improvements for The Sims 4, like for the core game. I choose to be hopeful about this and excited about this, to just see what's coming for the future of The Sims 4, because I personally love this game. I love the art style of The Sims 4. I feel like it is so superior to all the other Sims games that we've had so far, in my personal opinion, because I'm more of a builder. So aesthetic wise, I just feel like The Sims 4 is great. And also the build system in The Sims 4, yes, it has glitches with like round walls and platforms and other things, of course, but the system behind it is just very good, and I really, really like it. It's very convenient and intuitive, and I don't know, I just really love The Sims 4, and I'm kind of relieved. I know this might be an unpopular opinion, though I have heard this from other Simmers as well, so I'm definitely not alone in this, but I'm excited and relieved that The Sims 4 is not going to die, and that it's not going to be replaced with another Sims game, and that it's going to improve and get updates and hopefully hopefully become a lot better, like gameplay wise and stuff as well. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And then we have like My Sims coming out. I think My Sims is coming out in November already, which is pretty soon actually. I'm kind of excited about that. I'm definitely getting that for my Switch, but also getting it for PC clearly because I want to try it out on PC as well. I've never actually played My Sims. As a kid, I didn't own consoles, so I actually got a Switch. I want to say around the time Animal Crossing New Horizons came out. That's when I got a Switch, and that was my first ever console that I ever owned or touched. I feel like that's not true. I have played Wii before as a kid. My neighbor used to have a Wii, so we used to play Wii Sports all the time. I remember that. But other than that, I never owned a console, played on a console, so I'm not familiar with My Sims. I've never played it. Was it on PC too? Back then, I'm not exactly sure, but I didn't own it. So I'm very excited to see like what that's going to be all about and just like to play it for the first time. And I think they also said that My Sims is going to be the first of Sims cozy games that they want to bring back, I think is what they said. They didn't really necessarily put it exactly that way, but they made it sound that there's going to be more down the line. So I'm kind of excited to see that as well. I know Sims 2 had some spin-offs that I never actually got around to playing. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. So yeah, I know this is a little bit like I'm a little bit late to the party just now randomly covering these updates in this voiceover because it's definitely been a minute since they announced all this stuff. But if there's something you would like to share on this topic, like on the Sims news updates, stuff like that, please, the comment section is open for you. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. In the meantime, you can see that we are just decorating these bedrooms here. This is the upstairs bedroom. This one, like I said, is going to be a little bit more luxurious and also slightly more spacious. That being said, though, one of the other bedrooms downstairs is pretty spacious as well, but I feel like this one feels a little bit more luxurious. It's a little bit more private. Upstairs, you know, they have their own bathroom, sort of. Even though it's only small with a shower, it's still kind of more private and secluded, and I just think that is really nice. And this would probably be a little bit more expensive of a room to rent. They have a slightly bigger lounge space in their room as well, so you don't have to, if you really want to lounge around, you don't even have to use the common space if you wanted to. You could just like hang out here in your room. So I feel like this one's just a little bit more luxurious. And then after the big room upstairs, there is a small porch outside that I decorated. You can lounge around here as well. It's only very small, but there is a small bench here and a nice rocking chair as well. And then obviously I just decorated it with some plants. I also placed a grill because I thought it would be fun to have like maybe barbecue or like grill nights in summer, because obviously the inn would be functional in summer as well. But that's basically going to be it for this build. So let's jump into the game and I'll show you the build in real time. So here we have the small bed and breakfast in the game. I personally love all the autumnal like little pumpkins and decorations outside. I feel like it just looks very cozy and inviting. Also kind of obsessed with these roof decorations. This is from Cottage Living and I think it's so cute. I never use these, but I feel like for this cottage specifically, it's very fitting and it just looks really cute. So yeah, we have a small picnic table out here. There's even a little picnic basket, so you could actually go on a picnic. There is a small bench out here with some apple trees ready for picking. How cute is that? And then around the back here, there's also a small chicken coop. There's currently no chickens in it, but yeah, you can fill that up with chickens. And then there's a small back porch here as well, where you can just sit and hang out, maybe grill some food, that type of thing. And then you can also do some fishing literally right here. So I feel like that's also very fitting. This world is just so gorgeous. I love all the water and all the rocks. And look at that little place back here, by the way. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen this before. I think you can just kind of walk here. Yeah, you can just kind of go here from this lot where we are currently. So you can really do some exploring. You can even do some painting here. Oh, that's really cute. There's more apple trees back here as well. I feel like I just accidentally picked the perfect spot for a cozy little bed and breakfast like this. Anyway, over here here we have the front porch. I just placed a little chess table for something to do. And then when you enter the place, this is where you'll find the little check-in desk. So Sims just kind of go inside here and oh God, someone died. Who died? When? And why? That's not cozy at all. Sorry, Frank. I'm putting you on the front porch because I don't want to see that right now. Something must have happened when I was working on something else on a different lot. I don't know. Anyway, Frank is not in the gallery version of this build, so no surprise dead people here, I promise. Anyway, little check-in desk here. There's a small table with some board games over here, and then this is where we have the very cozy and cluttered living room space. By the fireplace, how cute. You could just kind of hang out here. And then there's a small table here as well. Some books here that you can just kind of browse through, and I love this table with the seasonal tablecloth. I just think that's so cute. And then there's a second back door here, but it's not really a porch. It's just like a little staircase going out to the chickens. Through here is the red kitchen. I love this kitchen. It's very red and I just feel like it's the perfect color for this build. There's a small microwave and fridge corner over here, and then a 4-seater dining table that definitely is a little bit cluttered at the moment, but yeah, I'm low-key sort of obsessed with this kitchen and I need to use this color more often. Then over here we have the first bedroom. So this is definitely the smallest bedroom. It is, however, very cozy. I love the colors in here, the dark woods and that very warm colored rug. I just think it's so pretty. We have some dressers and storage and stuff. In this bay window, I created this makeshift reading nook. It's unfortunately not functional. Your Sims can't actually sit here, but we can just kind of pretend. I also placed a little book there. So yeah, that looks very cozy. And then there's a small TV in this room as well. And then next door is the larger downstairs bedroom. Same dark, moody colors, just a green color for the bedding and some different curtains in here. They have a small fireplace in here and just this little chair to hang out, do some reading. So this room is definitely a little bit more spacious than the other one. Then over here is the hallway. The hallway is really nothing special. I just placed some decorations in here for clutter, but there is a downstairs bathroom over here. Shower tub combo, sink and toilet. Really nothing special, but all functional. And then over here is the owner's office, which I also think turned out very cozy. I love this view. I would not get any work done behind this desk because I would just constantly be distracted by this view and the little ducks. There is a bookcase in here, just some random boxes and filing cabinets and stuff. So yeah, there's that. And then upstairs, we have this really tiny open landing here. And then there's a small bathroom with just a shower. And then the larger bedroom. This one definitely looks way better with the walls up because of all the roof pieces. But yeah, this one's a little bit more bright when it comes to the colors in here. So it's a little bit lighter. There's some storage here in this nook, and then they have a really nice seating area here as well. So yeah, that's the more luxury bedroom, I guess you could rent. But that is basically it for this build. So this autumnal cottage is up on the gallery for you to download. It comes in at just over 108,000 simoleons. It's weirdly incredibly expensive. It's very cluttered though, and that is usually what makes it expensive. And I built it on a 20 by 20 in the world of Windenburg. So if you want to place it in your game, then that's where it goes. But that's gonna do it for today's video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this build. You can obviously go ahead and download it off the gallery like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can follow me on Instagram and on TikTok if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so. And if you'd like to get notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/Simmary Sims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!